Hey guys, it's Julia here, and I'm so excited to finally be sitting in front of the camera and sharing some of the valuable content with you guys. It's been quite some time since I made my last video, and honestly, the reason for that will be that ever since this COVID-19 situation started, things in my life got so much out of control that I had to take some time off to take care of those, but finally it's all been resolved, and I'm hoping that you guys are also doing fine. And if there's something, some kind of challenges you're facing right now, some kind of problems I could help you with, feel free to send me a text or share a comment below so other people could respond to that in any way possible. And I'm also hoping that your families are safe and healthy and your lives are under control. And today's topic is going to be super important, especially for those of you guys who have lost their job due to the COVID-19 situation, or maybe who have been looking for the employment even before this pandemic started, because today's market is quite competitive. We have less and less vacancies coming up, and we have more and more people going after the same position. So how do we stand out on this market, right? How do we project more value than the person who is applying next to us, right? So if these are the questions you're looking the answers for, you are at the right place, and we're getting started. Well, first and foremost, I really wanted to encourage you guys to keep applying, just because based on the conversations which I've had with my private clients and with the webinar participants, I do know that some of you guys are waiting for better times to come before actually start applying. And that will not really be a healthy strategy, just because there are still some positions out there which are being filled right now. So we don't really want to miss those. And unfortunately, we don't know what's going to happen once the quarantine is over, but the chances are that the employers and recruiters will be giving the first consideration to those applications which have been sitting in the system already. If you decide to take a break now on the application process, you might miss out plenty of amazing opportunities. Secondly, I would also recommend you guys taking another look on your resume and make sure that it projects a strong professional value to the employer. And the best way to do so will be by following the SMART model. And as I was explaining on one of my webinars recently, SMART model stands for specific, measurable, attainable, result-oriented, and time-bounded. And using this model is the best way to demonstrate your ability to either make or save money, and your extraordinary efficiency as an employee. And just to illustrate what I'm trying to explain you here, you guys are going to see two examples of the opening statements for the resume, and the first one will be a generic one, and the second one will be built according to the SMART model. So I want you guys to vote and tell me which resume, like with which statement will you select for the further steps and why. So I hope that you guys finished voting, and now I can share a little bit of the secret with you here. So the second statement which you saw on the screen, it actually comes from the upgraded version of the resume which I created for my Albanian client who was looking for a freelancer position with a startup company. And shortly after I rebuilt his resume according to the SMART model principle, he has landed 2 job interviews and eventually got an offer. So that's the power of the SMART model. I'm not trying to exaggerate it, and it's really up to you whether you want to follow this advice, but it's something that I find really handy and really working for the majority of my clients. So another change which came as a result of the COVID-19 situation will be the fact that most of the office-based positions were transformed into the work-from-home roles. So now when the employer is looking to hire someone, they'll be giving the preference to the self-dependent employees who are great working autonomously. It means that the demand on the problem solvers is higher than ever. So how do we indicate that on the resume so the employer will choose us over thousands of other applicants? And I'm going to give you an idea of how you could do that with the following examples. So as I have just said, now more preference will be given to those applicants who are comfortable working autonomously, who are great problem solvers, but also to those who have a previous remote work experience. And if you guys have never ever had a work from home experience, it's not a big deal. The most important thing which we're trying to highlight here will be your ability to work independently. So if you've had experience working from home at least once a week, that is still something that is worth mentioning on your resume. Or maybe you had experience working as a freelancer or providing a remote support to the company's leader or to a colleague. That will be another example which will definitely add your resume more value and help you standing out in the applicant pool. Adaptability is another skill which is being in a really high demand right now. And how do we indicate something so intangible on our resume? And I'd like to share with you guys a few ways how you could actually do that. And the first one will be listing some examples where you've progressed in learning certain software. And you're going to see this example in a second here. Another way for you here will be sharing some other learning experience. At the end, I just wanted to tell you guys that if you need my help showcasing your professional value for your resume, or you need my help upgrading your resume so it will slide through the ATS right to the employer's desk, join me for the resume writing workshop on the April 25th at 12 p.m. Toronto time. And it's going to be the online event for a very small group of people. I have only 4 more spots available, and on this event we are going to craft the resume from scratch, so you'd be able to stay on top of the competition even in such challenging times as we have right now. So I'm hoping to see you guys all on this resume writing workshop. All the best with your job search, and I'll see you in the next video.